本当息の根止める。
地獄おっといい子だったと思う。本隊組長斉藤はじめこんなさせようじゃねえか。しようしよう。
天皇陛下のように仲間。
勝ったぞー。
人を踏みにじってもしようだ。
お前のおかげだ。
ものがあった。主はバットサイはどこだ。
ないわ。許
たらどうした。てめえを追って
瀬尾様に。
いや噂通りの腕ですね。
バットサ
さすが長曽根虎鉄。つけてくれよ。
この村を狙ったではなかろう。
な姿な俺だ。俺の村に
お前をそんな姿にした。
むしろ感謝して信じれば裏切られる。単純明快な死。俺がこの国を強くしてがもうすぐ
その流させるわけに
ですか。遠慮なく
がっかりした。
飛んでくださいよ。せっかく獅子王さん。何もおかしくないですよ。
打ち合い技のキレに明確。
おいや見てくださいね。
幸福でござる。小さな手も大きくなり、その時に何もできない男になるな。でお前を守り家族を案じ。 ことだ。
せんといてくれるか。せっかく最後の人。
君半減やないか。
どうかしたんですか？
なめてんのか。大衆はタコをつくれ。
拙者は
ここにすがる。
その果て新時代をその過程で新時代の申し子。
それよって
後期型殺人鬼。正しく使うてくれる。父の最後の人。やっぱええ加減勝負だ。あんた人ならやれ。
剣心。坂本だ。
真にかけて。そうが必死でも彼は
任せて。
頼む。
じっとして。
影武者か。
抜刀斎はどこだ。
分かりゃいいんだよ。おかしいと思わねえか。景気悪い顔してよ。
目的ならば
あなた誰？
母子
湾から船で江戸に逃げ
獅子王ならそれを
政府への皮肉ってことか。
壊す。さすがだな先輩。
許さん。
命だ。どっちが最強の人斬り？それだよ先輩だ。自分を呪い黙れ。いい誰だろ。伝説の人斬りの実力はなんだよ。
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the Inferno with a recap of Rurouni Kenshin, Kyoto Inferno, the second installment of the live-action samurai epic. Get ready for breathtaking sword fights, intense drama, and more brooding than a philosophy club's annual meeting. This movie is where Kenshin's past truly catches up with him, and boy, does it bring a lot of baggage. We kick things off with a stark reminder of why everyone's losing their minds. Shishio Makoto, a former government assassin who was double-crossed and burned alive, has somehow not only survived but thrived, transforming into a formidable force of nature. He's literally got the scars to prove it, and a severe case of not letting go. Before you head off, if you're enjoying the kind of content I make, please consider liking and subscribing. No pressure, but it truly helps me keep the action coming. Back in Tokyo, Kenshin, who's been trying to live his best peaceful life as Himura Kenshin, is rudely interrupted. Who else but Sato Hajime, looking as grumpy and intense as ever, shows up at the Kamiya dojo, puffing away on a cigarette like he owns the place. Sato, ever the harbinger of bad news, informs Kenshin that Shishio, the bandaged BBQ enthusiast, is not only alive but raising an army and planning to overthrow the new government. The authorities, having failed spectacularly to deal with him, are now basically begging Kenshin, the legendary Hidokiri Battosai, to step in. It's almost like they ran out of other options. Go figure. Kenshin, initially hesitant to pick up his sword again, is reminded of his vow to never kill. But the weight of countless innocent lives potentially falling to Shishio's fiery ambitions starts to chip away at his resolve. The metallic click of Sato's police saber as he departs leaves a chilling silence. Heavier than usual, the decision is made. Kenshin, with a heavy heart, prepares to leave Tokyo and head to Kyoto, where Shishio is reportedly consolidating his power. It's a bittersweet farewell at the train station. Kaoru, ever the strong but emotional one, struggles to hide her worrying. Yuhiko, trying to be brave, clutches his sword, and Sanasuke, being Sanasuke, probably complains about something before offering his unwavering loyalty. The gentle touch of Kaoru's hand on Kenshin's arm, the hushed whispers of encouragement, all hang in the air amidst the clatter and steam of the departing train. Kenshin reassures them, promising to return. He knows this journey isn't just about fighting a new enemy. It's about confronting the ghosts of his own past, all while trying to protect the future he's built. The whistle blows, a mournful sound echoing the hearts left behind, and Kenshin steps onto the train, leaving the peace of Tokyo behind for the brewing storm in Kyoto. Kenshin's journey to Kyoto is, as expected, not a peaceful sightseeing tour. Along the way, he stumbles upon a feisty young kunoichi, Misao Makimachi, who finds herself in a bit of a pickle with some rather unsavory characters. Kenshin, ever the gentleman despite his murderous past, steps in. With the familiar whoosh of his reverse blade sword, he disarms the thugs in a flurry of precise, non-lethal strikes. The clang of steel against wood and the grunts of the fallen bandits punctuate the forest air. Misao, impressed and a little annoyed at being rescued, introduces herself as a member of the Wabanshig, a group of elite ninjas sworn to protect Kyoto, and reveals she's searching for her missing leader, Aoshi Shinomori. Kenshin, naturally, keeps his past identity under wraps, but a connection is forged. It seems he's already acquiring allies, or at least slightly exasperated travel companions, on his way to face Japan's most wanted arsonist, Misao. With Kenshin in tow, eventually leads him to the Outyear, a lively inn in Kyoto that also serves as the secret headquarters for the Wabanshig. It's a hive of activity, a vibrant contrast to the somber mission Kenshin is on. Here, he meets the eccentric but wise Okina, Misao's grandfather figure and the former head of the Wabanshig, who immediately recognizes there's more to Kenshin than meets the eye. The comforting scent of traditional cooking, the low hum of conversation, and the soft rustle of kimonos fill the air, providing a brief respite. Kenshin finds temporary refuge and an unexpected sense of camaraderie amongst these colorful characters. It's almost like a warrior's version of a bed and breakfast, if the bed and breakfast also had a secret ninja training ground out back. He's grateful for the hospitality, though the underlying tension of Shishio's impending threat is never far from his mind. A loathsome beneath the surface of Aya's cheer. Just as Kenshin is settling into Outyear, our favorite brawler, Sanasuke, makes a rather dramatic entrance, probably by inadvertently demolishing something expensive. The loud crash and the surprised shouts of the Wabanshig members announce his arrival. He's come all the way to Kyoto to back up Kenshin, because that's what loyal friends do, even if it means walking for days. Meanwhile, Shishio's operations are in full swing. We see his terrifying lieutenants, the calculating Haji, the elegant Yumi, and the monstrous Anji. There's also the flamboyant Cho the sword hunter, who probably spends more on hair products than he does on basic necessities. Shishio's chilling monologue over these scenes about survival of the fittest echoes through the smoky visuals, underscoring his brutal philosophy. The distinct sound of steel being forged, mingled with maniacal laughter, signals a storm on the horizon. He's not just building an army. He's building a new world, one fiery explosion at a time. Kenshin and Sanasuke soon encounter one of Shishio's elite, the eccentric Cho the sword hunter, a man whose fashion sense is as questionable as his morals. Cho is on a mission to seize a special reverse blade sword, a gift from Kenshin's deceased master, intended for him. The fight that ensues in a quiet bamboo forest is a whirlwind of swift movements and clashing steel. The whoosh of Cho's unusual, wavy dual blades is met with the precise parries of Kenshin's new, sharper reverse blade sword. Each strike sends a tremor through the air, the metallic clang echoing through the serene bamboo. Cho's taunts and Kenshin's focused determination create a stark contrast. Kenshin's new sword, though still non-lethal, feels a bit heavier, perhaps symbolizing the increased stakes. It's not just a fight, it's a test, a reminder that the stakes are higher than ever, and Kenshin's resolve will be pushed to its absolute limits. Cho, despite his theatrical flair, is a serious threat, but Kenshin, well, he's Kenshin realizing that his current skill level might not be enough to defeat Shishio's relentless might. Kenshin makes the arduous journey to seek out his former master, the legendary Heiko Seiyuro. Heiko, a man of immense power and an equally immense ego, lives a life of quiet, philosophical drinking in a remote mountain hut. The creak of Kenshin's footsteps on the wooden floor and the earthy smell of the mountain air accompany this solemn reunion. Heiko, unimpressed by Kenshin's current no-kill philosophy, initially rejects his plea for advanced training. He calls Kenshin's reverse blade sword a toy and his weakness for others a flaw, but beneath the gruff exterior, a master's love for his student stirs. The dramatic tension in the small hut is palpable, thick like the mountain fog. Kenshin must convince Heiko that the world truly needs the Battosai, even if it's a gentler, more burdened version. It's like trying to get your old, grumpy sensei to update his training methods. Good luck with that. Back in Tokyo, Kaoru's worrying for Kenshin becomes unbearable. Despite Kenshin's plea for them to stay safe, she simply can't sit still. With Yuhiko by her side, fueled by youthful bravado and a touch of concern for Kenshin, they decide to defy Kenshin's wishes and make their own perilous journey to Kyoto. The gentle lapping of waves against the boat and the vast open sky reflect their deep concern and unwavering loyalty. This is a classic "we're coming for you, whether you like it or not" scenario, proving that sometimes love means ignoring direct orders. Kaoru's determination is fierce, a silent promise hanging in the air with the salty breeze. She isn't just looking for Kenshin, she's looking for the hope he represents, a symbol that peace can still prevail, even when a bandaged villain is trying to burn everything down. You know, just another Tuesday for Kenshin's loved ones. Heiko, finally agreeing to train Kenshin, puts him through a grueling regimen designed to reawaken and refine his dormant skills. This isn't your average gym session. This is ancient samurai torture. Kenshin is pushed to his absolute physical and mental limits, the grunts of exertion and a sharp swish of blades cutting through the dense forest air. Heiko's training isn't just about physical strength. It's about understanding the core philosophies of the heightened Mitsuru Jiraiya, the sword style that literally gives you superpowers. Kenshin must master the succession technique, the Amikakeru Raier no Hirameki, a move that requires more than just speed and power. It requires a specific mindset and a deep understanding of his own mortality. Each clash of their wooden swords, each parry, each near miss, is a lesson. Heiko is not just teaching Kenshin to fight. He's teaching him how to survive against a foe who plays by no rules. It's basically a samurai boot camp, but with more dramatic scenery and fewer push-ups. Probably, while Kenshin is sweating it out in the mountains, Shishio is putting his Kyoto Grand Fire plan into motion. His goal, to burn Kyoto to the ground, creating chaos and weakening the government's hold, paving the way for his new era. The sight of his men meticulously placing barrels of oil and setting up detonators across the city is horrifyingly precise. The low hum of Shishio's voice, detailing his scorched earth tactics, is as chilling as the sight of the city's vulnerable wooden structures. It's a grand spectacle of villainy, pure and unadulterated. He believes this act will prove his survival of the fittest ideology and send a clear message: mess with Shishio, and your city becomes a bonfire. The visual of the innocent city, bathed in the soft evening light, juxtaposed with the sinister preparations, creates a suffocating sense of impending doom. It's like a really twisted city planning initiative, where the only output is destruction after their determined journey. Kaoru and Yuhiko finally reach the sprawling city of Kyoto. However, their relief is short-lived, as the city is already rife with whispers and rumors of Shishio's growing presence. The unfamiliar streets, the bustling crowds, and the underlying tension make their search for Kenshin all the more daunting. The sounds of distant commotion and the worried glances of the locals add to their unease. Kaoru's heart pounds with a mix of hope and fear, each step she takes echoing with Kenshin's name. They are two small figures in a massive city on the brink of disaster. Their only compass a deep-seated love and loyalty. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Except the haystack is also about to spontaneously combust, which, honestly, sounds about right for Kenshin's life. Shishio's plan detonates. Literally, explosions rock Kyoto as fires erupt simultaneously across the city, turning the night sky an ominous orange. The crackle and roar of the flames, mingled with the terrified screams of citizens, create a deafening symphony of chaos. Panic spreads like wildfire, pun intended, as people desperately try to escape the inferno. Kenshin, now fully immersed in his intense training, can sense the devastation from afar, his heart heavy with the realization of the evil he must face. The smell of smoke, even in the serene mountain air, serves as a grim reminder. Meanwhile, Kaoru and Yuhiko, caught in the terrifying urban sprawl, desperately try to navigate the burning streets, their search for Kenshin now a frantic dash for survival. The heat is palpable, the danger very real. It's like a really bad fireworks show that decided to go completely off script and destroy everything. While Kyoto burns, Kenshin's training with Heiko intensifies. The distant glow of the inferno paints the night sky, a stark reminder of the urgency. Heiko, unwavering in his methods, pushes Kenshin to master the ultimate secret technique, the Amikakeru Rire no Hirameki. The clang of their wooden swords, echoing through the night, is no longer just a sound of practice. It's a desperate rhythm against time. Kenshin's grunts of effort, the sweat pouring down his face, and the exhaustion in his eyes are tangible. He knows every moment spent training is a moment Kyoto is suffering. He must overcome his final mental blocks, his hesitation to embrace the destructive power of the heightened meat surgery fully, even if it means confronting the manslayer within. This isn't just about learning moves. It's about forging a will strong enough to withstand hellfire. Talk about a deadline, huh? The fate of a nation and probably his personal sanity depends on him getting this right. Meanwhile, amidst the fiery chaos, Sanosuke finds himself in a brutal showdown with Anji, one of Shishio's most formidable Jappungatana, a Buddhist monk whose past grievances fuel his destructive power. Anji wields the Fute no Kiwami, a double-layer punch that creates a devastating shockwave upon impact. The thud of Anji's fist, followed by the secondary boom of the Kiwami, shatters parts of the burning city. Sanosuke, tough as nails, takes hit after hit, his own knuckles bruised and bleeding, the sounds of his grunts of pain mixing with the roar of the flames. It's a battle of pure brawn and resilience. Sanosuke, ever the improviser, eventually manages to analyze and replicate Anji's technique, turning the monk's own weapon against him. This fight is less about elegant swordplay and more about sheer, bone-jarring impact. It's like a really intense sparring match. If one of the sparring partners could generate miniature earthquakes after mastering the succession technique. Kenshin rushes down from the mountains, his newly amplified speed a blur against the fiery backdrop. He plunges into the burning streets of Kyoto, amidst the smoke and ash, desperately searching for his friends. The coughs of smoke, the burning sensation in his eyes, and the crackle of collapsing structures are overwhelming. Miraculously, amidst the chaos, he finds Kaoru and Yuhiko. The relief in their tear-streaked faces, the hurried embrace, and the quiet words of assurance are a momentary balm in the inferno. Kenshin's relief is palpable, but quickly replaced by renewed determination. He's furious that Kaoru put herself in danger, but also deeply touched by her unwavering loyalty. The weight of his responsibilities is now even heavier, knowing they are here, vulnerable. It's a reunion that feels like a quiet sigh in a hurricane, but a necessary one, solidifying Kenshin's resolve to end Shishio's reign of terror. He's basically saying, you guys are lucky I love you, because this was a really bad idea. Having confronted his past and embraced the full power of the heightened Mitsuru Jiraiya, Kenshin finally unleashes the Amikakeru Rire no Hirameki. It's not just a sword strike. It's a technique that uses the opponent's own breath against them, creating a vacuum that draws them in, allowing for a decisive final blow. The whoosh of air, the subtle shift in gravity, and the sudden, overwhelming force demonstrate its devastating power. This is the ultimate technique, the one that guarantees victory against even the most formidable opponents. The very ground trembles slightly with the release of such focused energy. This moment is the culmination of Kenshin's journey, a testament to his strength, both physical and spiritual. He's no longer just the Battosai. He's a master of his own destiny, capable of protecting those he loves without sacrificing his soul. It's like unlocking the ultimate skill in a video game, but with real-world consequences and considerably more dramatic flair. As if a burning city wasn't enough, Shishio unveils his ultimate weapon, the Rengoku, a colossal, steam-powered ironclad battleship. This isn't just a boat. It's a floating fortress, a symbol of his ambition to conquer Japan. The sheer scale of the ship, the intimidating thrum of its engines, and the dark plumes of smoke rising into the sky are a terrifying sight. Its massive guns, gleaming menacingly, are pointed straight for Tokyo Bay. Shishio, standing proudly on its deck, looks out over his destructive creation, his bandaged form radiating a chilling confidence. The sound of the ship's massive propellers churning through the water is a mournful roar, a prelude to the impending doom. It's like a supervillain decided to build their lair on water, then sail it straight into the capital. Practical, yet devastatingly effective. Kenshin and his allies realize that stopping Shishio now means stopping this monstrous vessel. With the Rengoku steaming menacingly towards Tokyo, Kenshin and his allies know they can't let it reach its destination. In a desperate, daring move, Kenshin, Sanosuke, Misao, and the remaining Onawabanshig members launch a frontal assault on the massive battleship from small, agile boats. The frantic splashes of their paddles, the spray of water, and the anxious glances upwards at the towering ship create a heart-pounding tension. The distinct thump of their boats against the Rengoku's cold, metallic hull signals the start of the impossible mission. This isn't just a fight. It's a boarding party against a floating fortress, a desperate gamble to save the nation. The metallic scrape of their grappling hooks, the shouts of the crew, and the distant boom of the ship's cannons add to the cacophony. It's like a really intense game of capture the flag. Except the flag is a giant warship and the consequences are, everything the moment Kenshin and his allies clamber aboard the Rengoku. They are met with a furious onslaught of Shishio's devoted, heavily armed soldiers. The deck instantly transforms into a swirling battlefield of steel, grunts, and shouts. The sharp clang of swords, the rapid thud of bodies hitting the metallic deck, and the desperate cries of combatants fill the air. Kenshin, a whirlwind of motion, moves through the enemy ranks, his reverse blade sword a blur, disarming and incapacitating without killing. Sanosuke, ever the powerhouse, delivers devastating blows with his giant Zanbatsu, sending opponents flying. Misao, agile and precise, uses her kunai to take down foes with ninja-like efficiency. The intense friction of their boots against the steel, the smell of gunpowder and blood, create a chaotic atmosphere. They are outnumbered, but not outmatched, driven by the urgency of their mission. It's like a mosh pit, but with significantly sharper objects and much higher stakes, Fighting his way through hordes of Shishio's elite, Kenshin finally breaches the inner sanctum of the Rengoku. There, in a dimly lit, claustrophobic chamber, surrounded by his most loyal lieutenants, stands Shishio Makoto. The air immediately crackles with tension, thick enough to cut with a katana. The low hum of the ship's machinery is the only sound breaking the suffocating silence. Shishio, still heavily bandaged, a monstrous silhouette against the flickering light, greets Kenshin with a chilling, arrogant smile. This is it, the former Battosai, the symbol of a new era against the manslayer who refused to die, the symbol of a past too dangerous to ignore. Their eyes lock, a silent promise of the brutal battle to come passing between them. The weight of their intertwined destines, the past, the present, and the future of Japan, hangs precariously in that moment. It's like bumping into your ex, but your ex is a supervillain who wants to burn down your country. The moment is finally here. Kenshin versus Shishio. The first clash is explosive. A furious exchange of blows that reverberates through the steel chamber. Shishio's unique blade, the Mugenjin, soaked in human fat and constantly aflame, sparks against Kenshin's reverse blade sword, creating a terrifying visual and a metallic screech that grates on the ears. Shishio's movements are brutal, raw power, fueled by hatred and his intense pain. Kenshin, on the other hand, is fluid, precise, and defensive, trying to find an opening without resorting to lethal force. The confined space of the ship's interior makes every parry, every dodge incredibly dangerous. The scent of ozone and burning metal fills the air. Each clang of their swords is a story, a desperate struggle for supremacy, with the fate of a nation hanging in the balance. It's not just a sword fight, it's a clash of ideologies, a battle for the very soul of Japan. And frankly, this guy needs to moisturize. All that burning can't be good for the skin. Shishio quickly demonstrates why he's such a formidable threat. He's not just a skilled swordsman, he's a force of nature. His body, ravaged by burns, also makes him impervious to pain and allows him to unleash devastating fiery techniques, igniting his blade with friction. The whoosh of his flaming sword, the sudden bursts of intense heat, and the acrid smell of burning flesh from his sword, thankfully, not Kenshin yet, fill the chamber. Kenshin, despite his newly mastered techniques, struggles against Shishio's sheer, overwhelming power and his ruthless refusal to fight honorably. The ground beneath Kenshin's feet vibrates with the force of Shishio's strikes. It's clear that Shishio isn't just trying to win. He's trying to obliterate Kenshin both physically and spiritually. The gap in their raw power at this moment feels almost insurmountable. Kenshin is basically facing a human torch with a grudge and a really sharp, greasy sword despite Kenshin's valiant efforts and newfound mastery. Shishio's relentless attacks and sheer destructive force prove too much. In a shocking turn, Shishio delivers a powerful, decisive blow that sends Kenshin reeling, throwing him clear over the side of the Rengoku and plunging him into the churning ocean below. The splash as Kenshin hits the water, followed by the roaring waves and the indifferent churn of the ship's propellers, is a chilling sound. His body, battered and unconscious, sinks beneath the dark waves, leaving his allies in despair and his fate seemingly sealed. It's a gut-wrenching moment, a testament to Shishio's brutal efficiency and the high cost of Kenshin's non-lethal philosophy against a truly murderous foe. The silence from the ship's deck, after the chaos, is deafening, filled only with the cries of the gulls and the realization of what has just happened. Talk about a cliffhanger. They literally threw him off a cliff ship. Witnessing Kenshin's brutal defeat and his fall into the dark, unforgiving ocean, Kaoru's heart shatters. Without a moment's hesitation, driven by an unwavering love and desperate hope, she makes a reckless, heroic leap from the Rengoku's deck, plunging into the turbulent waves after him. The splash of her entry, so much smaller than Kenshin's, is a defiant sound in the face of despair. She ignores the shouts of her worried friends, her eyes fixed on the spot where Kenshin disappeared. The cold, dark water envelops her, but her resolve burns brighter than any flame. This act of profound sacrifice, a desperate attempt to rescue the man who saved her world, leaves the audience on a massive cliffhanger. It's a powerful ending to this chapter, reminding us that sometimes the greatest strength isn't just in fighting, but in loving, even when it means diving headfirst into danger. Seriously, these two are meant to be. Who else would jump off a warship for someone? And that, my friends, is where Kyoto Inferno leaves us, gasping for air and clinging to the edge of our seats. The massive Rengoku, now a symbol of Shishio's chilling victory, sails off into the distance, its dark silhouette disappearing against the horizon. The camera lingers on the vast, churning ocean, its waves crashing with an ominous roar. There's no sign of Kenshin, no sign of Kaoru. Their fates are tragically unresolved, swallowed by the cold, dark depths. The final images are a powerful blend of despair and a faint glimmer of hope, leaving an indelible mark. It's a reminder that sometimes, even the greatest heroes face insurmountable odds, and sometimes, love demands the ultimate sacrifice. This movie isn't just a thrilling action flick. It's a testament to resilience, the enduring power of human connection, and the relentless pursuit of justice, even when the world feels like it's quite literally on fire. As we ponder the cliffhanger, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer audacity of hope in the face of such overwhelming despair. What will become of our heroes? Will Kenshin and Kaoru somehow defy death? We'll have to wait for the next chapter to find out. But for now, remember that even in the darkest waters, sometimes a spark of courage is enough to light the way.